Yo. What is the dealio? What's the dealio, y'all? How is everybody doing? We got charting session, man. It's Tuesday. And so we got the charting session about to pop off. We about to find some setups for tomorrow. All right. So if you just tapping in, if you just tuning in, man, say what's up in the comments. Also, like this video for me. All right. Do me a favor and like this video for me, okay? What we're gonna do today is we're gonna chart live. We're gonna go find some setups and all of that good stuff. All right. So if y'all just tuning in, say what's up in the comments, like this video. All right, we're gonna get to it. Give me 1 second. I gotta go grab something. All right. All right. So what up? What up? So listen, we had a great day today in the in the stock market in the Discord. We had a great day today. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up the charts in a second, and then we're gonna find some setups. But it was a good day. The stocks rallied. Nvidia went crazy. Nvidia touched 201 today while the market was open. All right, let me see where they touched. Nvidia touched. Oh wow. They touched 202.99. After hours, they're up $3 right now. So Nvidia went crazy. SPY went crazy. Everything went crazy. All right. Y'all can't hear me. Y'all can't hear me. Let me figure out why you can't hear me. Check. It says you could hear me. Yeah, it says you could hear me. All right. What up, Pam? How you doing? On me grind. What up? What up? Mark Quinn. How you feeling? Ordinary peeps. What up? What up? Hey, do me a favor, y'all. Like this video. All right. Let's get the likes up. We about to go find some setups on the charts, and we're about to analyze what happened today. All right. CMC, how you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? What y'all hit today? What did y'all hit in the stock market? What stocks did y'all make money with today? I want to know. What up, Best Beezy? Hey, like this video, y'all. Let's get them likes up. All right. All right. All right. He said he could hear me. All right. Cool. All right. So, yeah, we about to go hunting. All right. So, first order of business, I gave you guys, well, let me say, nothing in this video is financial advice. All right. But if you want to make some money, come rock with me. All right. You said made money with the IWM play. Yeah, hey, shout out to Mark Quinn, man. Hey, bro, you doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? You doing your thing. He said IWM is all he needed. I ain't mad at that one. Listen, IWM is a life changer. All right. If you learn how to trade IWM, you almost don't need nothing else. All right. And I call IWM to a T. Okay. I told everybody IWM was coming down today. Right. And what did it do? It came down. Right. It came down. Right. So, what up, Michael Owens? How you doing? How you doing? If y'all just tuning in, do me a favor, like this video and drop in the comments where y'all tuning in from. All right. So let's go to the charts, man, and let's see what's popping. Yesterday, I called on this live. I called out IWM, and I also called out Hewlett Packard. All right, Hewlett Packard. Everybody is saying that they could hear me. All right, everybody's saying that they could hear me. I'm talking right in this microphone right here. All right. Do me a favor and turn y'all volume up. Okay. Turn y'all's volume up. So he said I still had runners in Dell. Okay, so you ate real good, Mark Quinn. All right. So, I told everybody that IWM was coming down, right? Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Besby. We about to go through it right now. So let's look this over real quick. All right. Let's check this out. So, all right. So, first thing I talked about Hewlett Packard yesterday. You see right here, I said calls above 24.21. Right here. Calls above 24.21, right? Look what Hewlett Packard did today, right? It got above 24.21 and then it went up. All right. Now you could have got in down here and then it would have pumped up. You would have made more money, right? Because this was a support. You see it came down to yesterday's support right here and then it bounced and it went up. All right. So that's Hewlett Packard. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to IWM, my favorite. All right, and I'm gonna break this down for you guys. All right. Everything you caught out was spot on. There we go. It was my volume. Okay. It pumped up. I caught a quick 100%. Who you caught the 100% on me, Grind? And if y'all just tuning in, man, say what's up. We about to find some plays for tomorrow. Like this video for me as well. All right, let's get these likes up. So for IWM, yo, you guys can literally make a full-time income trading IWM alone. All right. I have the cheat code for IWM. So if y'all want that full cheat code, man, come join the Prosperity Collective. Come join the Discord. All right, I'll get y'all right. Okay. Oh, you made 100% on IWM. Okay. There we go. All right, so let's go. Let's look at IWM real quick. So I called yesterday, right? Yesterday. Look what I said. The bottom almost FOMO and sell. Same day it went up. So yesterday I said puts below 249.52. All right. Look where it came. It came below 249.52. It opened right there, and look where it came. All the way down to 248.08. Right? We still have some more gap to fill to the downside right here, down to 247.14. All right? Now, let's look at this. Let's see where they're at in the after hours right now, real quick. Right now, they're at 248.70. Okay? They're at 248.70. So I called IWM. I told everybody yesterday on this live. I said, if you want to play IWM, let it come below 248.52, 249.52, and you ride in puts. All right, let's see what happened. We go to the right here. Look at this. 30-minute time frame, 3-bar on the pre-market right here, right before market opens. And then look what happened. Black right here. We caught this candle right here. All right. I actually took entry and I was going to swing it to the downside yesterday, but I didn't. But nonetheless, we caught it. So I got in about right here. Right? Just today. Yeah. So I saw this 3-bar, right? It opened up right here at 249.54, right? 3-bar, once it broke below right here, that was my trigger. Okay, that was my trigger. So I ended up taking entry around here. All right. And then I took an exit around, I want to say it was like right here. All right. Probably a little lower actually. No. I actually took exit around here. Yep. Because it went a little bit lower and then it bounced and it came. Yeah. I got out at the bottom of this orb right here. That's exactly where I got out. Now I remember. So I got in right around here and I got out at the bottom of this orb right here. Okay. It did come a little bit lower, but you don't have to get the whole move every time. All right. And then you see it came up, came down, came up, right, and then came down. So it was a pretty volatile day for IWM, but it came down and we have a little bit more room to go. So for tomorrow, I want you guys to pay attention to 248.12. Okay? 248.12. All right? Puts below 248.12. All right? This is your trigger right here. All right? Puts below 248.12. Now, let me say this. All right, let me say this. If we gap down, let's say we gap down to 248. We may fake out to the upside and then we may just come down. If we gap down to right here, to 247.12, right? If we gap down here, what's going to happen is they're going to bear trap people. They're going to fake out to the downside and then they're going to come up. All right? So pay attention for the fake out. Every day on IWM, that first 15 minutes, I want you to pay attention to the fake out. All right? They love to fake people out. So, puts below 248.12. Now, I want you guys to also pay attention to this area right here. Okay? This area right here, let me highlight it. This area right here, from here to here, okay? Do not forget about this area. This area right here, this is a gap. Okay? And what is this going to equal? This is going to be an area of liquidity. All right? And I want to make sure that you guys understand this. Tomorrow we have FOMC. All right? Tomorrow we have FOMC. What is FOMC? The Open Committee, right? Open Market Committee, Federal Open Market Committee. We're going to get an interest rate cut, most likely. We're 97% sure we're going to get a rate cut. I've been saying this since yesterday. That does not mean that everything's going to just shoot up, okay? When we're looking at market structure, we still have room to come down. We have a lot of gaps to fill to the downside, right? So, with IWM, I want you to pay attention to something. Look at this day. It went from 250 to 245. Okay? 250 to 245. Look at this day. It went from 247, well, it went from 241 to 247. And it touched 249. That's $8, right? Look at this day. It went from 245 down to 237. What is that? That's $8. Okay? I want you guys to pay attention. Now, What is this right here? From 247 down to 237, that's $10, right? So, because this is an area of liquidity right here, right? At some point, we're going to come down here. Now, what are the odds that it coincides with the order block? This is an order block. But this candle, pay attention, y'all. This candle right here is on a Friday. Okay? It closed right here on Friday. On Monday, it gapped up and it opened up right here. So, on the charts, it's not really showing a gap. It doesn't look like a gap on the daily time frame. Right? If you're just looking at this, like just looking at it, you're just going to see candlesticks. You're not going to see a gap. But I want you to understand that this area is a gap because we gapped up from a Friday to a Monday, right? So what this means for IWM is we've seen that they can move $8 in a day. Because they can move $8 in a day, and we have a gap at 247, they could be coming all the way down to 239 potentially tomorrow and potentially Thursday, right? That would put us around here, 238, and then a little bit more momentum, we could fill this gap right here. Okay? So, for IWM, puts below 248.12, but I want you to pay attention to this right here. If we start getting some heavy selling pressure, we could be coming down to 239, all the way down to 237. All right? Let me know if that makes sense, y'all. All right? Let me know if that makes sense. Okay? Best B said I got 200% on IWM swing. You were talking about yesterday. There, yeah. Now you smacked them. I got 237 in puts this morning for Halloween. Okay, that I don't want to say it's gonna be I don't want to say that's gonna be a close expiration date, but it could definitely work. No bottom wick, exactly, right? Look, so think about this, right? No bottom wick, right? This one has no bottom wick, but this area has not been tested. Y'all see? It came down and it gapped up. So nobody has been in this area yet. This area has to be tested at some point in time, right? Because this area has to be tested at some point in time, it's gonna come down here. I can't tell you when, but I could let you know to look out for this. And when you see it starting to come down, just know we could be coming down here. And when you look at IWM over the past couple trading sessions, look, right? Came down on Friday, right? Tried to go up, came down on Friday. Tried to go up yesterday, came down yesterday, tried to come up, gap down here, right? Came down, came up, and then came down more, right? So we're on a downtrend right here. And today was the first two down day, okay? It wasn't a failed two up, it was a two down day, which means that we're now coming down with momentum, right? We're now coming down with momentum. So we have a potential banger of a play to come tomorrow and Thursday. We could be coming down to 237. This trade right here can change your life. All right. From 248 down to 237, this could change your life. Okay. If we get this move in one day on 0 days to expirations, that will definitely change your life. Okay? So keep this stuff in mind. All right? Keep this stuff in mind. Do not be a novice to this area right here. Okay? If you aren't thinking about this area right here, you could get obliterated. And now watch this. The same thing happened with SPY, right? So if we go to the charts on IWM, that was Friday, October 10th, right? Let's go to SPY. SPY. Friday, October 10th, it gapped up. It filled the gap for SPY, right? Did it fill it for Google? October 10th. Friday, October 10th for Google, and then it came up. It has not filled this gap down to 240, 239, 236, right? So there is a possibility that Google could be coming down to 239 at some point. It could be earnings, right? I don't know when, but I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. All right? So that's where we are at with IWM. Let me know if that makes sense in the comments. All right. I just looked. It's 238. Okay. Only expert eyes could see this. Super helpful. A big move like this would bring us exactly straight money bags. Straight money bags. All right. I took profits on market open. I left a couple runners, but this was the first time I averaged in on winning plays, and it really paid off. Left 2 runners, but when I see it, kept going. There we go. Yeah, man. Adding to winners is man. It's a big thing. If you trade IWM every day and you become good at it, you're gonna have generational wealth, right? When you learn how to master 0 days to expirations, you can change your life. All right. When I look back on my trading career, it's gonna be Hood and IWM. Yep. Them is some good ones right there. All right. So, say it again. This is the game plan. This is the game plan for IWM, right? I want you guys to pay attention to 248.12, puts below that. Now we got a gap to fill down to 247.08, but we also have a gap in an area of liquidity all the way down to 239 and 237. Okay? So we are in a downtrend. We just started a downtrend. So we could be coming down to this order block right here. And that coincides with the gap. All right? So that's the game plan for IWM. All right, what up, Key? How you doing? QTZ, what up? So pay attention with detail to the charts so you can start finding your areas of opportunity, right? Your areas of opportunity, right? Areas of opportunity. The charts are an infinite, vast place of opportunities. You just have to find them, right? And when you learn how to find the opportunities, you will never be broke again in your life. All right? So that is that's IWM for tomorrow, okay? Now we're going to look at some stocks, and we're going to look at some setups for tomorrow. My first chart that I put together with EMAs that you helped me with was Hood, and I'll always remember that, bro. You got me right. Hey, man, shout out to that, man. Nah, look, Best B, you've been here since literally the beginning of like the Discord. You found me in the early days, bro. Like, you found me in the early days, so shout out to you, man, for real. What about the OBS on the 30? What is the OBS? Are you talking about the orb? Is that what you're talking about, Jennifer? So let's go over some setups for tomorrow. All right. So we got for the SPY, hold on, let me pull them up. So now we about to find some setups for tomorrow. Oh, this morning I did call Intel though in the Discord, and people ate. Okay. People ate. She said, what about, order blocks on a 30-minute. All right, let's look back at IWM real quick. So on the 30-minute, IWM has an order block right here at 246. So yeah, it could come down there, right? It could come down here. That could be a support level, right? All I'm saying is, at some point in time, it's going to come down here, right? At some point in time, it's going to come down here. I don't know the exact date, but this is an area of liquidity that they're going to bring the stock down to, and then we're going to go up the rest of the year. I'm thinking over the next couple days, I think that the rate cut, after what we saw today, how everything rallied, I do personally think that we're going to come down. I think that there's going to be some surprises, right? Don't quote me on it, but I think that that's what's going to happen. All right, so yeah, there's order blocks. So always respect your order blocks, right? Always respect your order blocks. But if you see, so let's say that tomorrow we open up right here. So what if we gap down right here? We could come down here and bounce and then go up. And then FOMC could make something happen. We could break this order block, and then we could come all the way down to this order block, right? And if we do that, then we could come all the way down to this order block. I know that sounds extreme, but I've seen it happen. And also, when I'm looking at the daily time frame, right? You got the daily order blocks, you got 30-minute order blocks. So I'm looking from a little bit of a macro perspective, right? Because we've seen IWM move $8 in a day, right? These are all $8 moves, and these all happened. This one right here was on October 16th. This one was October 14th, and this one was October 10th. So within 2 weeks, we've had 3 trading sessions where IWM moved $8, right? And because tomorrow is FOMC, don't rule it out, okay? Don't rule it out. Tomorrow could be a historic, legendary day where in an hour you could make $10,000. I know it may sound crazy to some people, but when you understand how to trade indexes, 0 days to expirations, and you know the direction and you know your levels, you can make an absurd amount of money in a very short period of time. Okay? So that's what I'll say to that. All right. Don't expect don't expect the expected. Exactly. She said IWM just needs to drop to the pits immediately. I know, right? I was looking for them. So this morning, I was looking for puts, and we made some money on puts, but it didn't go crazy. But I'm looking for a big drop on IWM here soon. And I think tomorrow might be the catalyst to do so. And the thing about it is, when you are looking for trades or, setups, when you're trading an index, indexes are very sensitive to news. Because indexes are sensitive to news, something like FOMC could make IWM drop $8, $10, or it could go up $8, $10 as well. I'm not saying the only thing it could do is go down, but I want you guys to be ready for both sides. Don't be shocked if we have a sell-off, even though they say that they're cutting rates, because Powell may say something else that represents something about the economy that's not good, and then things could go down. And then when things go down over the next month, we're going to recover and then hit all-time highs all over again. These are the games that are being played. So we need to make sure that we're ready, okay? Make sure you're not using all your buying power. That's a big thing, right? Don't put too much in a trade in the morning time, and now it's 12 p.m. Now your buying power is gone, and now you can't even get in these trades, right? So let's look for some setups for tomorrow. And let me say this before we look for setups for tomorrow, right? In the morning time, we may not really get a lot of movement either. We could potentially have low volume and chop around until Jerome Powell speaks. Or we're going to have some very quick movements, maybe 15, 30 minutes, and then we're going to chop around, right? And then we'll go in a direction. So I didn't swing anything overnight tonight, just because if I swing something off of a setup that I see and we open up flat and we chop around, my contracts are going to be burned, right? So I waited until tomorrow to see what happens. I'll catch a scalp in the morning time probably if I see an opening, and then at later on when Powell speaks, I'll see what we can get. Okay? So I just want to make sure that I'm being thorough about all of this so you guys aren't being misled and you have a clear understanding of what the game plan is for FOMC. All right? So if y'all are just tuning in, say what's up in the comments. All right? And also like this video for me. Okay? Hopefully my boots don't get smoked. They won't get smoked. All right? They won't get smoked. Just make sure that you know what you're doing. What do I say? The more you study, the less you worry. All right? You don't have to worry about getting smoked when you know what you're doing. Okay? So keep that in mind. All right? So now let's look for these setups, y'all. All right? So I talked about IWM. Yeah, we swung gold last week. We swung gold last week. I made like 30%, nothing crazy. I didn't get a chance to take advantage of that crazy run. But Shopify, we got Google. Google is on a failed to up. They have a gap to the downside, but they have earnings tomorrow, so I'm not gonna trade them until after earnings. HIMS looks like it's on a bear flag right here. So HIMS could be coming down to $41 right here. So like if HIMS breaks up, if HIMS breaks below 46.17, I would say puts down here to $41. Then we got Roblox, Palantir. Palantir is on a failed 2 down. Okay. And we got all-time highs brewing. So for Palantir, I'll do that. I'll put that on. So we got Palantir. All right. Failed 2 down on Palantir. And then we got Carvana. What up, Anthony? How you doing? Failed 2 up on Carvana. We got Dale. Dale has a liquidity grab right here. All right, so they could be coming down now. They just hit resistance, but they hit 166. Y'all know what on October 1st, I gave y'all to play. Okay, I gave y'all to play. I made a video on October 1st about Dale. All right? Do not say I ain't put y'all on game. All right? I've been messing with Dale since it was at 130. Right? I got hip to Dale at about 130. But let me show y'all real quick. This is not a game. We really do this over here. Right? So I'm going to October 1st, right? I made a video about October stocks that you cannot miss, right? And look what happened. I talked about Dell. They was at 140. Now they're at 166. All right? So that's where we at with Dell. Nike, they came down. You see this 3-bar right here? And then they came down, right? They tried to come up, came back down. So that would have been a nice swing right there. Yeah, that's beautiful right here. But I don't really be messing with Nike like that. All right. Affirm. AMD failed 2 up. So SoFi. I'm looking at SoFi though. All right, for sure. SoFi bullish 3-bar. Okay. SoFi for sure. SoFi had earnings. Okay, they had earnings. They sold off. They sold off into this order block, and then look what happened. They blasted off, right? So if they get above the highs of today, these are all-time highs right here, right? Y'all see? We're in all-time highs. We are in no man's land right here, all right? So if SoFi can get above yesterday's highs, I'm getting in the calls, and I'm going to let it ride. All right? What else we got? Lyft. Lyft is on a 3-bar right here. Okay? A bearish 3-bar. Look what they did today. Right here. Okay? Came down, consolidated up, came down some more. So I like this setup actually. Okay. I like Lyft. I'll say I'm gonna put Lyft on my on deck list. Lyft. Bearish 3-bar. All right. Circle. Bearish. In phase. Core weave. Meta. SOXL, Lululemon, Tesla. Okay. Yeah, we could have a 3-2 on Lyft for sure. Crowd. Fell 2 up. So Adobe, pay attention to Adobe. They got 2 fair value gaps right here that they need to come and test. So Adobe could be coming down at least to like 348, and it's at 359 right now. So that's something to pay attention to. Webull, let's see where they at on the daily. And I'm gonna leave Webull alone. I'm gonna let Webull go. Right? You see right here, they look like they was on a come up, and then they reject it off of this fair value gap, and now they're coming right back down. All right. Amazon went crazy today, right? Amazon went silly, came down here, bear trap, blasted off, right? But this wasn't even a setup though. You see what I'm saying? This ain't a setup to the upside. So now it looks like it wants to come up here to this 233 level, this order block right here. So we got to see what happens for Amazon. Intel, I like, y'all see this bull flag that I have mapped out, right? Y'all see this bull flag right here? And what did I tell everybody? I said the next level is what? $45. So Intel is going to 45. So I like Intel on continuation. Okay. Okay. I know, right? Hey, Webull it's not recovering probably because last week when everything was down, they had bad news and everything, so they kind of, I think they struggling. Right here we got OKLO. This is a 312 bearish setup, so I'm gonna say OKLO to the downside. Bearish 312. All right. This will be a bearish 312 continuation. SMCI, PanW, Oracle. Oracle been consolidating, man, so I don't really know what's up with Oracle right now. They've been moving real like small lately. They ain't been having no big moves lately. So yeah, I don't really know. This is a 212 though, right? This is a 212, but it's inside of two fair value gaps, right? Pay attention to this. So right here, and then right here, okay? We have a seller's fair value gap. All right. And then we have a buyer's fair value gap. All right. So Oracle is sandwiched inside of the middle of two fair value gaps. So we got to see what direction it chooses to go. So I wouldn't pay attention to Oracle too much, but it is on a 1 bar. This is an inside candle, so it could make a big move tomorrow to the downside potentially. VRT, Netflix, Alibaba, Nvidia went crazy, all-time highs. Uber, they had a nice push and then they rejected, so they're on a failed 2 up. MRK, this is a bearish engulfing right here, so MRK could come down, but this looks like a bull flag right here. So Starbucks, a 3 bar, bearish 3 bar. I'll look at Starbucks to the downside. Celsius, AppLovin, Google, Marvell. Marvell looks like it wants to come up, but once again, we have a fair value gap level right here, and we have it right here. So who's going to win, the buyers or the sellers? I don't know. Tomorrow, we could probably consolidate and have a 1 bar, and then we'll see what happens after that. But we got FOMC tomorrow, so I think that Marvell will move in a direction. I just don't know what direction it will be in. All right. If y'all are tuning in, man, like this video for me. All right. So that's Marvell. What you say? Yeah, I don't mess with the chop either. Exactly. Yeah, buyers, they got to fight it out. AVGO went crazy today. Soundhound dropped. Um, XYZ. What up, Honey Bunny? XYZ came down. Well, it didn't come down. This is a 3 bar, but it looks like this is a liquidity grab too. So XYZ could probably come down, but that's not a. I'm not gonna really pay attention to that. Applied 212. Not really a setup for me. Microsoft has some news. They gapped up. They went crazy. So there's now a gap here for Microsoft. So Microsoft could be coming down to 540. Well, it could be coming below 540. So let me see. Let me see where Microsoft is at right now in after hours. Right now, Microsoft, where you at? They're at 544. So right now they're up $2 in after hours. So if we get some like crazy momentum or whatever to the downside, I would say look at Microsoft below 540.76. All right. So we got puts below 540.76. All right. Pay attention to that right there for Microsoft. We got a nice gap here. Delta Airlines, crazy. So this is a 212 right here, right into this order block. So that happened. ARM came down. Apple had a flat day. They was super flat. I don't see Apple coming down right now. There's so many buyers in this area. So I think Apple could be coming up to 280, but not immediately. But this is a $10 move right here, and we've seen Apple have $10 days, right? So just something to pay attention to. Citigroup, okay. Who else we got? DoorDash, UAL, IBM. Failed 2 up right here. So IBM could be trying to make its way down to balance itself out. That's something to pay attention to. So I'm gonna actually put that on my thing. IBM failed 2 up. CRM 3 bar, bearish 3 bar. Okay, I'm gonna put CRM bearish 3 bar. Bearish 3 bar. Right. What up, American Khalifa? How you feeling? Hey, shout out to everybody who been in the Prosperity Collective making these gains, man. Look, let me take a quick intermission, right? Let me take a quick intermission. Is where you at? On me grind? No, where you at? Jamila. Are you still here, Jamila? Where was she at? What's her name? Can't hear. Yeah, are you still here, Jamila? Yeah, break the chains. Are you still here? I gotta say shout out to you and shout out to everybody, right? So look at this, right? Look at this. Shout out to Jamila because we got, let me see, right here. These are the profits tabs, man. But look, we got Jamila. She joined the Discord this morning, okay? She made $926, right? $926, right? Off of IWM and Dell. And she joined today. $1,000 on her first day, all right? That's how we get down, man. So Shout out to Jamila, right? I just want to say shout out to that, man. Silver, let's go look at silver real quick. Let's go look at silver. All right. Silver. So we was at CRM, and let's go to silver. SLV. So with silver, silver looks like it wants to reverse and come up, right? We got this gap here, and we got this gap here too. It bounced off right here. Well, almost, but inside of this right here. So honestly, I would say silver to the upside above 42.90. That's definitely what I would say. Silver. It looked like a 212 bullish reversal, right? So, but if it breaks below 42.24, then we coming down. So, but this is a bullish inside candle, so we gonna see. But it looked like it wants to reverse now and come up. What up, Buckeye Treats? Yeah, gold too. Yeah, if we look at gold, yep, we got a failed 2 down on gold right here. So it could be coming back up too. All right. So let's see what else we got. FedEx failed 2 up. They gapped up. So I'll put FedEx on my list, and I might trade it tomorrow. I might not. Failed 2 up. He said, "I see you recognize." I know. All I needed was one time. All I needed was one time. Now I remember. All right. What else we got? Trade Desk, DraftKings, TSM, iBit, XOM Mobile. Okay. XOM has earnings on Friday, so that's something to keep in mind. UNH, they dropped bad today. They had earnings, gapped up, and then came down. Right? So look at UNH. Right? They gapped up, and then they came right back down. Okay? Hit this order block, and then they bounced up some. So that's UNH. BA on the daily. Failed 2 up here. Failed 2 up here. Oh my goodness. Yo, I took them off of my watch list, and they finally came up to 224. So they're actually coming back down. They're about to come back down most likely. BA has to get above 225 right here. And then we got all this room up here to go. But they got to get above 225, 226. So it looked like they ready to come down, honestly. Let's go to Hood. Hood, we're sitting at a 212 bullish continuation. Okay. So I like Hood. So let me say, I'm going to put Hood right here. 212 bullish continuation. All right. And then we got Bitcoin, Coinbase. I think Coinbase going to come down tomorrow as well. MU looking like a 212. So MU, I like that setup. 212 bullish. All right. Tempest, Duolingo, Reddit. This actually looks like a great setup on Reddit, but they do have earnings do they have earnings this week? I'm pretty sure. Let me see something. Because this actually looks like a great setup. Let me see. So, yeah, Reddit is on Thursday. So Reddit has earnings on Thursday, so I'm not gonna put this on the I'm not gonna put this on the list actually, but this I would there's no wicks on the top or the bottom. I think that sellers are in full control here. This could definitely come down some more, right? IONQ, Rocket Lab, they got a 3-bar right here after a couple failed ups. So I like this setup actually. So I'm gonna put Rocket Lab, bearish 3-bar. All right. For Rocket Lab, Iran, QBTS, all these stocks drop. So Rigetti looks like it could be coming down to $28. All right. So they got a 3-bar right here, rejection off this fair value gap on a daily time frame. Boom, right? So Rigetti is probably going to come down to the floor. It could come down to $28. So I'm going to put RGTI, bearish 3-bar. All right. QUBT. All right. And then we got HPE right here. They could make another move to the upside tomorrow, but I wouldn't trade them. This was a setup right here that I would be looking at, and that's it. All right, HPE right here. All right. He said, I took a bullseye play on silver for January $60 call. First time I tried to play that far out. Dollar cost averaging ever since. It's been falling. Ah, okay. Yeah, that first pullback got everybody because it looked like it was gonna reverse and then it kept falling. So if you're looking for like swings, go to the study session tab inside of the Discord and go watch the one 2 weeks ago. And that is about kind of like finding reversals, right? So go watch that one. All right. That's a huge sign for IW inputs. I know, right? When you got RGTI, QUBT, and all those stocks coming down, right? And you see all these 3-bars on those stocks, because they're inside of IWM. That's a big sign for IWM coming down too, right? So the market is going to give you guys signs. You just got to pay attention. All right. What else we got? ABBV. Okay. They on a failed 2 down. So I'm going to look at them. ABBV. AbbVie. I think they have earnings as well if they haven't already. Let me see. Did they have earnings? ABBV. Okay. Oh, yep. On Friday. On Friday morning, ABBV has earnings. So yeah. AMAT looks like they want to come down now. They could be coming down to this order block right here. What else we got? Delta, Dell, Disney, Dollar Tree, FedEx, who else? Hershey. Who else we got? CarMax. MMM looks like it could keep coming down. That's cool. They came down from 168 down to 166, so only $2. MSTY. NEE had a bearish day today. QCOM. Ooh, this is a perfect setup right here. This might be my watch for tomorrow. We got a big move up, and then we have a consolidation candle right here, okay? This is a classic 2-1 setup. So I'm going to put this on the list, QCOM. All right. And then we got a 2-1-2 setup. All right, so for tomorrow, if it gets above 186.18, calls. Okay. 186.18. Yep. Okay. Or if it breaks below 179.28, puts below 79.28, puts. All right. This is what I'm watching. This and IWM is what I'm going to be watching. And SoFi. Okay? And SoFi. Because, let me see, hold on. Tomorrow, Verizon has earnings, Boeing, Caterpillar. Okay. I'm going to be looking at, I might look at Boeing, but we'll see. But, so for tomorrow, I'm paying attention to Qualcomm and IWM. All right, they closed at 180.103. Let's see where they're at right now in after hours. Right now, they're at 180.68. All right. So I think that Qualcomm is going to come to at least 175 tomorrow, potentially lower, but it's going to retrace some of this candle right here. All right. So I'm looking at puts below 179.28 tomorrow for Qualcomm. QCOM is the ticker, right? That's what I'm looking at right here. 212, bearish reversal. This is what I'm paying attention to. This setup right here can make you a very solid return right here. So this one, and then IWM to the downside. We just talked for about 30 minutes about IWM at the beginning of this live. So when we finish this, go rewatch this, and then you could kind of see what the game plan is for IWM. But we just went crazy on IWM. All right. If y'all are watching this, do me a favor and like this video. All right. If you have not already, like this video. We're literally, let me break this down for y'all, right? These are literally $1 million YouTube lives. Why are these $1 million YouTube lives? I'm giving you levels that are triggers to enter into a trade. And that trade can make you money. If you do that enough, you will have enough money in order to change your life. All right? So the least you could do is like this video. All right? And subscribe to the channel. Okay? Those 4 arrows in one row in the chart, what are those? Hold on. 4 arrows. Which arrows you talking about? Oh, you talking about right here. Okay? You talk about right here. This is a part of the strat. The strat assistant. This lets you know full time frame continuity. So it lets you know, is this stock bullish on all these time frames? Daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly. So I'm looking at the daily time frame right now. It's bearish on the daily, but it's bullish on the weekly, the monthly, and the quarterly. Okay? Shopify. If we look at Shopify, this has full time frame continuity right here. It's bullish on the daily, the weekly, the monthly, and the quarter. Right? And that's why, like, when you see this, it's kind of good to get in calls because the time frame continuity is is full time frame continuity. All right. What else we got? I think PayPal gonna be a good bounce. I do too, Marquin. Actually, honestly, I do. I forgot to mention them, but I think that PayPal is definitely gonna go back up to. Let me see. I forgot. I gotta put them on my list because I agree with that. PL. Um, we'll go to PayPal because I watched them on earnings today. So PayPal, they're gonna go back up to at least $82. Mark my words. PayPal is coming back up to $82. I will say within the next 1 to 2 weeks. All right. Within the next 1 to 2 weeks, PayPal is coming back up to $82. Never miss one of your videos. Easily becoming one of my favorite channels. Hey, I appreciate that, No Name. Definitely appreciate that. They still think it's a regular channel. Hey, they gonna find out. I'm telling you. All right. TPC is a lifesaver. Hey, I appreciate that, lovely. 777. I know your username now. JT Caterpillar. Let's look. Yep. Yeah, they just partnered with them. So, but they sold off. But I think that they're gonna come back up. So, let's look at Caterpillar. All right. All right. So they're on a failed 2 up today. Okay. Let's look at them. Zoom out. All right. So we're at all-time highs. Yeah. We are at all-time highs right now. We're at all-time highs on Caterpillar. On a daily, we have a failed 2 up here. We're inside of an order block. So this looks like we could be forming a double top, right? So we could be coming back up to 544. And then we could be coming down, right? So, and this would be the neckline right here. So this is a failed 2 up though. So this is a bearish signal. So if we break below 521, I would get into puts. But we could come up, and then the first rejection point would be 534.40. All right. So that's Caterpillar. That is Caterpillar. All right. It says same. I've been putting my folks. Hey, I appreciate that on my grind. I would join Discord, but I'm already pretty nice in trading. I never pay attention to Discord. I wasted my money on it before, but def tap in on the YouTube daily since I found you last week. No, I appreciate that. Yeah, and also anybody else that's like watching, or if you're watching the replay too, understand that we have bots, we have a course, we have weekly study sessions as well. And also we got a whole bunch of other stuff that we're going to be kind of rolling out over time as well. All right, so keep those things in mind. And we also have these bullseye bots. Look, they be going crazy. Okay? But at the end of the day, as long as you're making money in the market and you feel good about it, that's all that matters. All right? But yeah, so what I'm focused on tomorrow, what I'm gonna focus on tomorrow is going to be IWM, and it's gonna be Qualcomm. I gotta put it at the top of my list right now. All right, Qualcomm to the downside, IWM to the downside as well. Those are my two that I'm looking at. Now, things could change in pre-market. All right. Things could definitely change in pre-market, and we may see a switch up, and we may have to switch it up. All right. We not gonna know until we see what things are going on with in pre-market. Okay. So keep all of that in mind. Um, and yeah, so that's what we got, and that's where we at. All right. So we just charted out everything. I found we found two bangers for tomorrow. And now I always say this: plan your trade and trade your plan. I planned IWM yesterday on this live, and everybody inside of the Discord, we all smacked the exact play that I outlined on the live last night. All right. And I gave you guys a Hewlett Packard as well and a couple other setups. So yeah. Keep all of those things in mind. Um, Now it is more than a Discord, but you know what? What I like. I'm a firm believer of like I let things be what they are. Over time, more and more people are gonna realize that it's more than just a Discord, right? And then they're going to come and join. But I never want to like try to be too like pressury, right? Because we make money in trading anyway. You get what I'm saying? So if you want to be a part of something bigger, man, right? Something bigger, and you want to just tap in and really, see where this thing goes, then, come tap in. All right. So does anybody have any other questions? What time is it? Oh, wow. Anybody got any questions before we get off? We just went over the whole watch list. I've been doing this every day. Last week and this week, every day that the market is open, we've been going live and we've been finding some solid setups and some bangers. All right. So it's sounding me big time. Hey, in due time, man. In due time, got to be consistent. Got to keep showing up. So, but I really wanna just help people make money, make a lot of money, and change their life, and really be able to understand this skill set, right? The skill set of trading is really, really, really life changing, y'all. Right? It's really, really, really life changing. So I really hope that you guys get it and you understand what's really happening. It's exactly. Hey, it's history. It's history between me and between Marcel. I'm telling y'all, we got millions of dollars and the bullseye. It's you really can't lose, right? You really can't lose. So keep all those things in mind. So now I'm just all over the place. I have kids and I just don't pay attention to chat. No, I feel that. Yeah. Well, we gonna be here. I'm gonna be here on YouTube every day. All right, showing up. So just keep tapping in. All right. I appreciate the attention. You watching, you being on live for hours. So, I appreciate that for real. All right. Mark said these is it. Thank you for showing up. No, I got you. I got you. All right. So yeah, y'all. Lock in, tap in. If you are not, I highly consider you join the Prosperity Collective. That link is in the bio. All right. I just showed y'all somebody joined this morning and she made $900 today. All right. So like that is life changing in and of itself. 2 days ago, off of this live, she made another $400 as well. Okay. We got people hitting their first $1,000 day. We got people doing $1,000 a day, $2,000 a day, 300% trades, right? This is how we change our life, right? Get around winners and get around a winning environment. And what's going to happen is you're only going to win. You see what I'm saying? It's the law of proximity. The closer you get to in the proximity of winners, the more you're going to win. Okay? If you taking an L every day and every day is a red day for you, if you get around people that have green days, you're going to start having more green days. Right? The game is simple, but we make it hard and complex. All right? You get some, I know, right? That's how I be feeling. That's how I be feeling. Like I have what 10. Let me see how many setups I got. Yeah, I got like 10 setups, but I'm only focused on two, right? I like Qualcomm and IWM and SoFi. So went over those, but you know, people gonna pick up what they pick up, and they gonna put down what they put down. You know, and that's all good. All right. So I appreciate y'all, man. Like I always say, make sure you get up out your head and go get into this world because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right. And also remember, y'all, the more you study, the less you worry. All right. Tap in, join the Discord, come trade with us, come change your life with us, come make bread with us. All right. Come change your life. I'm going to see you guys on tomorrow's video. We got Wisdom Wednesday tomorrow. All right. Make sure y'all show up for Wisdom Wednesday and tap in with me there too. And then we're going to have the live and we're going to recap FOMC tomorrow as well. All right. All y'all stay smooth and I'm see you tomorrow. Peace.